Hello everybody, this is Logan Cisco from Extemp Central, bringing you a new feature on our website called the Extemp Central Weekly News Wrap-Up, where we'll talk about news on the national circuit as well as any local events that have taken place, and answer any questions that are out there concerning the event of extemporaneous speaking on the high school level. Now our website has tracked Extemp for the last 5 years, and I've been happy to bring coverage to everything that I can on the circuit. But if there's ever anything that I'm missing on the website, any suggestions, new features, don't hesitate to let me know. You know how to find us by looking on the website at the very beginning. And remember that my email has changed from logan.cisco@wku.edu to logan.cisco@topper.wku.edu. One of the main features of this is to present a video type way to interact with the Extemp community, as opposed to simply writing everything, because we have written pieces all through our website, but nothing that really interacts with the Extemp community through video. So this, we hope, is a different way to interact with the Extemp community. And one thing is that if there's any Extempers out there that have any questions or anything that they would like me to answer, feel free to send it to me at logan.cisco@topper.wku.edu, and we will get to it in subsequent episodes. The schedule is that we'll post a new video every Friday. We were trying to get this one up on Friday, but had some lag issues on YouTube. So hopefully we'll be able to sort through those issues and create better videos as time goes on. Now, the one thing that has to be addressed early on, of course, is that this weekend the Barkley Forum is taking place in Georgia, and it's a fourth-tier tournament in the national points race. This is the first national points race tournament that's open to all competitors in the second semester, because the Montgomery Bell Academy Extemp Round Robin, which occurred 2 weeks ago, was not open to everybody. And so this presents a different way for the extemporers to gain points in the national points race, and all extempers, since this is a fourth-tier tournament, will earn points as long as they make the semi-final round. The winner earns 70 national points race points. Of course, if anyone that's ranked in the national points race wins the Barkley Forum, who isn't named Nathaniel Donahue, they won't be able to replace Mr. Donahue on top of the national points race. But keep in mind that even though Mr. Donahue's lead is humongous at this particular time, he hasn't really clinched the national points race yet. That's because in addition to Barkley Forum, there's still one more fourth-tier tournament on the calendar, which is the Extemp TOC. You still have the California Invitational that'll award 40 points, although people in California want it to be in a higher tier next year, and that's something we're looking into. Also, Harvard and CFL Nationals are third-tier tournaments, and they're worth 100 points in the national points race. And then NFL Nationals will award up to 275 points to the winner of United States Extemp or International Extemporaneous Speaking. So there's still a lot of points on the table. There's still a lot of movement that can happen in the rankings. We saw it take place last year. Jacob Baker just slowly accumulated points, and so did James Mohan. And after a good, strong finish at NFL Nationals by both competitors, they end up first and second in last year's national points race. The only time the national points race was really clinched was the first year we did it, where Stacy Chin, operating under a different system than we have now. Back then we only had 3 tiers in the points race, but she clinched NFL Nationals when Dylan Huff and Matt Aarons did not attend. I anticipate that this year there's at least going to be some drama at NFL, but let's hope that it maybe continues all the way to the final round and the winner of the national final round like it did last year, as opposed to having it being clinched early. But even if it is clinched early, Extemper should keep in mind that we award trophies to the top 3 competitors in the national points race and the top 3 competitors in the national team points race. There's still lots of points on the table, and there's still lots of movements that can happen. An additional tournament taking place this week is the Schwann Speech Spectacular in Minnesota, which has always been a hotbed of strong Extemp talent, and that tournament is an Extemp TOC qualifier in addition to the Barkley Forum. 24 extempers will qualify through the Barkley Forum, plus any ties to make quarterfinals, and the same will likely happen at the Schwann Speech Spectacular. For those that follow our website, you now know that over 200 extempers have qualified for the Extemporaneous Speaking Tournament of Champions at Northwestern University, and nearly 200 competitors, of course, if not more, are now on their first qualifying leg. Sometimes a little tough to keep track since we have all those names on the website. But nevertheless, there's still lots of time for people to qualify for the Extemporaneous Speaking Tournament of Champions. There's a lot of people out there that don't know the tournament exists, and this is the 9th annual Extemporaneous Speaking Tournament of Champions. If you need additional information, click on the TOC tab on our website at Extemp Central, and we have all the information as well as appropriate links to figure out how you can attend the tournament and get your entry in. I recommend that everyone who qualifies for the Extemporaneous Speaking Tournament of Champions attend. It's a great weekend. There's great hospitality from Northwestern University and fantastic judging, some of the best the circuit has to offer, as well as excellent trophies. And if you just want a tournament that's pretty much dedicated to Extemp, the Extemporaneous Speaking Tournament of Champions is definitely the tournament that you want to attend. Now, the one thing that extempers are probably keeping an eye on as far as current events are concerned is the situation that's unfolding in Egypt. And this is really a situation that's put U.S. foreign policy in a rough spot because we've backed Hosni Mubarak for years with billions of dollars in foreign aid as well as military aid. We've done the same with Saudi Arabia, and the whole point was that we would give this aid and political reforms and changes would occur. Yet Egypt has not fulfilled those promises. And the Obama administration has taken a different tact on the Mubarak regime from the Bush administration, who lambasted the Mubarak government for being a human rights abuser. The Obama administration has taken a more realist approach towards Mubarak and has tried to engage his regime. The problem, though, is that now that has pinned the United States in a precarious position where if protesters succeed in ousting Mubarak, we will have a hostile government to American interests, which could devastate our policy in the Israeli-Palestinian area, as well as put that government in charge of the Suez Canal. Extemperers may notice that gas prices have gone up recently, and part of that is some anxiety over the situation because if the Suez Canal falls into hostile hands, that could devastate the U.S. economy and also other places around the world. So there's a lot of situations that are brewing in Egypt. Extemper should follow this situation carefully because foreign extemp rounds across the country will be dominated with this issue. And even if you do United States extemporaneous speaking in the U.S. foreign policy round, you will likely have to talk about this issue. So extemper should keep a close eye on Egypt and what's taking place, and we will discuss that in subsequent editions here. Since these videos are only supposed to be 7 minutes or less, we're nearing the end of our time. But we thank you for watching this first installment of the Extemp Central Weekly News Wrap-Up, and we will come back to you next week. Check out the site next week for your updated quizzes, questions, research and development sections, as well as results from the Berkeley Forum, the Swan Speech Spectacular, and additional extemporaneous speaking Tournament of Champions information. As always, this is Logan Cisco at Extemp Central, and remember, if you have any questions at any time that you would like answered in subsequent episodes, send them to us at logan.cisco@topper.wku.edu. Till next time, everybody take care and have good draws in the prep room this weekend.